Welcome to video 3 in the series What Does FIRPTA Refunds Do? My name is Richard Kahn, Director and one of the experts here at the firm. This is scenario 3 out of 4 possible scenarios clients bring to us. This video is an already closed real estate transaction. Buyer purchased U.S. property from a foreign seller that was closed within the last 3 years and no refund request was made to the IRS. In this case, the buyer can be a U.S. or a foreign individual, and for example, that includes a corporation or a partnership or a state. The key is that the transaction was already closed and that the closing occurred within the last 3 years. The property can be any type of residential or commercial property. Here, the Foreign Investment in Real Property Tax Act, FIRPTA, which was created by Congress and amended in 2015, is the law that the IRS requires a buyer in a real property transaction with a foreign seller to withhold 15% of the full sale proceeds payable to the seller, with very few exceptions, and to remit those funds to the seller that are due the seller to the IRS within 20 days of closing. There are 2 ways a closing transaction could have gone in terms of the FIRPTA withholding. The one which we are basing our services on in this scenario is that the FIRPTA withholdings were submitted properly and lawfully to the IRS. The other is that the withholding was not lawfully and properly submitted to the IRS. In that case, the buyer and the agents assisting in the closing can be held fully responsible by the IRS to the IRS for withholding, penalties, and interest. We do not service this type of situation. We recommend finding a good tax attorney should the need arise. Getting back to the case we can help in, which is the FIRPTA withholding that was lawfully remitted to the IRS, that withholding is always going to be much more than the tax due because the withholding is on the full sale amount and the tax is only on the smaller gain portion of the full sale amount. The urgency to keep in mind is that after the 3-year statute of limitation runs, by law the IRS can keep the withholding for themselves. With the client under the 3-year limit, including some time to represent and file, we can still obtain the client a big refund. Foreigners, which are non-resident aliens and their entities, are required to provide the IRS with their ITIN, and FIRPTA assists our foreign clients in applying for and obtaining the ITIN, which is the Individual Tax Identification Number, as well as renewing theirs if they have one that was issued more than 3 years ago. We can then prepare the IRS year-end tax return for the filing with the IRS and provide supporting documentation. That will increase the likelihood of a faster IRS response time and approval of the full refund requested. This process can take up to 90 days. We like to believe that we offer the lowest pricing on the absolutely best FIRPTA services out there, with the speediest response and result times. Experience when it comes to FIRPTA and the IRS really matters. With up to 90-day response times of the IRS, mistakes and under-supported filings can cause long delays. When the seller, the foreign seller, finishes the IRS tax aspect of their taxable transaction, at this point, they're considered done. So thank you for watching. We welcome buyer, seller, their agents, and/or closing company inquiries when the need arises. It's easy to contact us for our free consultation. Don't forget to check out our other videos online at our website at FIRPTARefunds.com.